Stop what you are doing. Do not look up from this screen. Tell me, when did you last count the rooms in your house? Not the rooms you use, not the rooms you remember, the actual rooms. You have not done this recently. We know. That is why we are broadcasting. This is an emergency public information release from the Office of Anomaly Safety, Division of Residential Containment, Subbureau 7, Classification Level, Conditional Public. You are receiving this broadcast because your residential zone has returned a positive reading on the Spatial Recursion Index. This means that within the last 72 hours, at least one structure in your immediate vicinity has begun generating what OS documentation refers to as a null room, designated internally as Anomaly Class 9 Pale. A null room is not constructed, it is not renovated, it does not appear on any deed, blueprint, or permit. It arrives. Current containment models suggest null rooms form in response to prolonged emotional stagnation within a structure. Grief, dissociation, repetitive routine sustained past what OAS models call the threshold of noticing. When inhabitants stop truly observing their environment, the environment begins to fill the gap. The null room does not want to be found. Standard predictive manifestation data indicates it will position itself behind a wall you face every day, behind the basement door. Inside the space beneath the stairs you have stopped thinking about. You will not notice it until it is ready for you to. We want to tell you about the Westing family, Martin and Claire Westing. Their two daughters, Arlo, age 9, and Simone, age 6, residing in a single-family home in residential zone 11C. The Westings were, by every measurable metric, unremarkable. On the morning of March 4th, Claire Westing noted in her personal journal, recovered during post-event documentation, that the upstairs hallway felt longer than usual. She did not act on this. She made coffee. She drove the girls to school. She came home. She did not come back out. Martin Westing returned that evening and found the house in full light. Dinner on the stove. He found no sign of Claire. He found, at the end of the upstairs hallway, between the linen closet and his daughter's bedroom, a door he did not recognize. It was painted the same color as the wall. The handle was the same brushed nickel as every other handle in the house. It had always been there, and it had never been there. And Martin Westing, because he was a man who trusted what he recognized, opened it. OAS response units arrived 11 minutes later, following a neighbor's report of a sound like someone folding something large. Responding officers located Martin Westing inside the null room. He was alive. We cannot, within the parameters of this broadcast, describe the geometry of his position. We will note that the room was 4 feet wide and 4 feet long. We will note that Martin Westing is 6 feet, 1 inch tall. We will note that he was not found standing. His wife was not found. Arlo and Simone Westing were retrieved from school. Standard family reunification protocols were initiated. The entity reunited with the Westing children was responsive, familiar, and warm. OAS does not currently have a comment on whether it was Claire Westing. If you believe a null room has manifested in your structure, the OAS advises the following Class 9 Pale Encounter Protocol. 1. Walk every room in your home. Count them aloud. If your count differs from your memory of the count, do not recount. Trust the new number. Leave the discrepancy alone. 2. If you find a door you do not recognize, do not touch the handle. Face the door. Say the following phrase clearly and without affect. I see you. I am not ready. Repeat this exactly 3 times. Not 2, not 4. The room responds to precision. 3. Do not look for the room by smell. Reports indicate the null room produces an odor described as a place someone used to sleep. If you detect this smell, you are too close. Move toward natural light immediately. 4. Under no circumstances attempt to photograph or measure the room. The room remembers being measured. This constitutes an invitation. 5. If a family member enters the null room and returns, observe them for 48 hours before resuming normal contact. Pay close attention to the following. Whether they blink in synchrony with ambient sound rather than reflex. Whether they ask questions they already know the answer to, not as conversation, but as cataloging. When they think you are not watching, their face goes somewhere else entirely. The OAS assures you, most people return as themselves. Office of Anomaly Safety thanks you for your attention to this matter. Remember, the room does not want you afraid. It wants you curious. Keep your counts accurate. Trust what you recognize. And should you find a door, we hope you remember which phrase to say.